There are a lot of things that I love about living in Massachusetts, but I have to be honest with you. There are some things that I absolutely hate. And especially if you're thinking of moving to Massachusetts, you need to consider a lot of negatives that come with it. So let's get into it. Massachusetts is a relatively small state and it has about 7 million people, and 80% of those people live around the greater Boston area. So you can imagine it's very densely populated, one of the most densely populated areas in the United States. So that brings a lot of issues and pros as well. First of all, nobody moves here because of the weather. They move here because of the culture, location, availability of jobs, academia, etc., and they tolerate the weather. Massachusetts is wide, and the weather in Boston area is not the same as in central or western Massachusetts or in Cape Cod. One thing about weather that you might not know, it changes rapidly. In the winter, one day it might be 20 degrees and you're freezing. The next day it is 50 degrees and sunny. It might be 25 degrees at night and 46 degrees during the day. The spring is even more varied. One day it's winter, the next day it's beach weather, hot, and everybody actually wears shorts. There is a saying here, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. Cape Cod is loved by the East Coast vacationers and retirees because of mild winters and its amazing beaches, delicious seafood, and the relaxed vibe. The Cape has comfortable year-round weather thanks to its coastal location. The ocean's effects keep temperatures on the Cape relatively cool and breezy in the summers and warmer in winters compared to areas further inland. Temperatures generally range from lows in the 20s in January and highs near 80 degrees in August. According to bestplaces.net, temperature-wise, Springfield is colder in the winter and hotter in the summer than Boston. So is the weather in Massachusetts worst in the country? Actually, Moneywise.com doesn't think so. They ranked states by 25 most disaster-prone states in US. Massachusetts didn't make the cut. And in the list of 10 grayest states in US, Massachusetts didn't make that list either. WorldAtlas.com ranked Massachusetts as number 18th coldest. Even New York State, Washington State, and Oregon are colder than Massachusetts according to WorldAtlas.com. So far, 2022-23 winter has been the least snowy winter on record ever. Most people who live in the Boston area think that driving in Massachusetts is challenging because of angry drivers, potholes, traffic, and one-way streets. Drivers are not patient, they are in a rush to get to their destination, and sometimes they honk if you are slow to turn. But I was happy to see that Massachusetts didn't make the list of Forbes Advisor's top 10 worst states for road rage. Massachusetts is not on the top 10 list. It's still bad, but it's not the worst. Number 3 is traffic. We all experience that, and we try to avoid certain times like 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and also 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. I was curious to see what the rankings say. Yahoo.com ranked states by how congested their highways are, and Massachusetts is number 6. Actually, it's not that good, but it's not the worst at least. Of course, nobody doubted that California will be the winner on that list. Road conditions are important too. And Massachusetts is famous for potholes in roads. Well, because of the snow and snow plows and removing all that snow, it always, every year, there are potholes, new potholes appearing. So car maintenance issues and expense needs to be accounted for. The same list said that the condition of the pavements in Massachusetts is average. Wow! So it's bad all over the place. I know, Massachusetts is second or third best public transportation, but when you're living here and you're experiencing it, it's not great. So if you are going from one suburb to the very next suburb that is like 15-minute drive, but you don't have a car, it might take you an hour to get there. Even though we have a subway, we have buses, we have ferries, we have all kinds of public transportation means, but it's still not enough. It's not enough to be car-free. Nowhere in US you will find a state that is not car-dependent, unfortunately. So on the Bloomberg chart, even though Boston, Cambridge, Newton metropolitan area is second best in the country, for going without a car. The rest of Massachusetts is highly dependent on a car. Even though people think, oh, I shouldn't own a car because it's expensive, the insurance, the maintenance, all that stuff. But to go without a car, you really need to have money, because you need to live in an area that is close to amenities, to everything you need for a normal life, stores. It has to be walkable, shopping, etc. And those areas are pretty expensive. So you need to have money anyway. Next is mosquitoes, ticks, and other bugs. Deer ticks and dog ticks are common in Massachusetts. It's not really a problem that interferes with your enjoyment of the warm weather. So if you're going to camping or hiking, you have to be very watchful, and you need to wear long sleeves, long pants, and put your pants in your socks. And when you're coming home, you need to inspect all the areas to make sure that no tick ventured into your body. But sometimes they are very hard to see. If you find value in this video, please like and subscribe. States that are most affected by ticks are Vermont and New Hampshire, both with over 1,000 tick-related searches per month. That's a study by Porch.com. The states most affected by termites are Kansas, Arizona, and Florida. All the night activities usually close at 2 a.m. in Boston. In other places, like in New York, they go way, way longer. So Boston is 2 a.m. So that kind of puts a damper. Also, it's not easy to find something to eat after 10 p.m. So if you're hungry, the choices are very limited. And the last one is cost of living. So everybody knows Massachusetts is expensive. And here's what one of my viewers said: desirable cities will always be expensive. Thank you, Anthony. You're absolutely right. But you know, the name Taxachusetts came out in a joking way to mock Massachusetts. According to WalletHub, they're not the highest in the nation. Massachusetts ranked 21st among states with the highest tax burden. New York had the highest tax burden. Its total tax burden was 12.79%. Hawaii came second. Other New England states came higher than Massachusetts, including Vermont, Maine, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. According to WorldPopulationReview.com, Massachusetts is fourth when it comes to cost of living, after Hawaii, New York State, and California. Housing in Massachusetts costs 77% more than the national average. The highest prices concentrated in the city of Boston. The sale price for a Boston single family is $700,000. In Springfield, it's $254,500, and in Cape Cod town Sandwich, it is $650,000. There are many variables. Of course, real estate is very specific to a location, even from neighborhood to neighborhood in the same town. When it comes to household income, Massachusetts has the fourth highest median income at $86,725, according to WorldPopulationReview.com. And despite all the negatives, WalletHub ranked Massachusetts as #1 best place to live for quality of life due to its robust education and healthcare systems. My name is Dune. I'm your real estate guru. If you need to reach out to me, all my contact information is in the description below. If you need to buy or sell in Massachusetts, I'll be happy to help. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments and watch my video about the positives of living in the city of Boston.